Yard is so trying to be something new.
Yep, of
Hello.
course. Hey, hello, 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 hello,
Do we have
hello,
anybody in
hello.
the house yet? I
I,
know this is last minute, but and we have no what is it? Plan. We're just talking. So
yeah, just some shit. Oh well, Barb is always on my radar
oh
lately.
yeah, you
Oh
guys
my God.
filling Discord with all her nonsense.
Oh my gosh. What does that woman not get? I really don't understand it because, Olaf found her or found Wolf's Instagram. Oh no, that's not us. That's not his Instagram. Uh all you did, sir, was make it private. Before it was private, oh, I was digging all in there. Hey, sorry, good to see you, sweetie. Um,
Yeah, you too, Kate.
I pulled all that stuff up and was looking. Oh, I didn't. I thought, hey, damn, Kate, good to see you, sweetie. Um, that there's a channel link directly to her YouTube channel, and then if somebody's going to make a fake account, how are they going to get your real videos and stick them on an Instagram account? Hello, no. And then
Oh
plus
my god.
there was content going back years from them trying to sell their crafts.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I've seen some of her older Facebook shit. I'm going, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And so it's hilarious. All he did was go back in and private the account. So now the account is private. Well, congratulations. But if you still look at that and the link is still clickable, so even though the account itself is private, if you want, and if he reads, apparently you guys don't read very well. If you would read what it says to see the content and the videos, follow that account. But the channel description has a clear link that goes right to your account, Barb. Stop it. It goes right to your YouTube channel, sweetheart. So no. And I just absolutely love that they think that people are this stupid.
Mm.
And now she's even going on and on about this Havana is a real person. You people are so
Oh,
mean.
with all
Yeah,
her new subs.
I know 177 new subscribers in the last 30 days with
Wow.
not even close to the views to back that up. Apparently, you're new here, guys. Really? Come on. That's no.
And plus
Stop
the
it.
fact, what is her point of doing that? Because it up to now, if she's got to get watch hours in on that account.
Right. Right.
So flooding it with fake subs is not going to help the watch hours. Nobody's
No.
watching this person. This
No.
or this account. Is this account creating any content?
It does. It has lots of shorts with maybe two of the shorts garnering maybe 400 views.
I wish. Yeah.
Hey, you wish, good to see you, sweetie. And she's the one that we're going to be keeping an eye on. You wish is going to crack some of this shit wide open. I mean, she's got the ancestry stuff down and, all kinds of stuff. And by the way, Citrus is going live later this afternoon as well. And oh boy, you want to talk about some seriously good shit.
Well, that's true.
Oh, yes. So, hey, Truth, good to see you, sweetie. So, Barb, you're not fooling anyone. Anybody can have an opinion. Okay. That's what clearly she's not understanding. She thinks that because people call her out on her obvious lies, because Barb, don't forget, sweetie, the internet is forever. The other one tried to forget that too. No, because I will be here to let you not forget.
Exactly.
And
Because
so will so
we're
many
just
other.
annoying that way.
Yeah, exactly. God, don't I love being annoying? I love it. I love it. And no. I mean, and my husband, bless his heart, he was so frustrated. He's like, "What? Why are you going so hard on this crazy woman?" And I'm like, "Honey, she's faked cancer. I'm not saying she never had it. And come on, they did the ablation. It's all done. She's finished. But now, oh, it's in my kidney. They might have to take my kidney. Now it's spread to my liver and my lungs. Bullshit. Bullshit.
She'd be in
You
a coma
know?
now in hospice, with
Thank you. Thank
sh-
you. And besides,
hey,
and hey, Calla, good to see you, sweetheart. Oh, sorry, that's coming later today. That's one of the first things that gave me the most ultimate disgust for this woman is she scammed some pictures off of Pinterest of 3 beautiful little girls and proceeded to come up with these crazy stories of how this was her long lost daughter who her husband stole from her at birth, gave to the neighbor to raise. And then this daughter all of a sudden found her again after all these years and had 3 beautiful daughters. Well, she proceeds to kill these kids off one by one. And it's just, I'm horrified. I'm like, oh my God. There's still a video. Olap, bows
hey,
to the goddess, God bows to the goddess. And that after I saw that shit, I'm like, oh, fuck no. And then her with the cancer crap, when cancer has touched so many of our families in real life. So, no, I will never stop exposing her and her lies to the entire world. And if
mhm.
just by me, my one little contribution makes somebody take a sit back and go, huh, that don't make sense, then I've succeeded. So, no, I'm just totally done with her. She just, exactly. V, how, and I did. I kind of cheated a little bit. And this was, um, a few months back. I asked my doctor, I said, look, I know you don't, because I've known my doctor for decades. And I said, hey, tell me, would someone have just multiple MRIs and scans all the time for a few specific conditions? And she said, well, it does depend, but she goes, what do you mean by multiple scans? I said, this woman claims that she's had like 5 or 6 MRIs just in the last 6 months.
Jesus.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, no. She goes, that would be waste for one, because she said what they're keeping track of generally doesn't change that much in a short amount of time. So
Mhm.
they basically use that kind of stuff to keep an eye on what is changing as far as your condition goes. And she said, there's way other tests that are way more efficient when you're doing that shit. And she didn't say the shit part, but when you're doing that, like
Right.
PET scans, those are a little bit, you know, easier on you, but especially when they use contrast. So again, Barb, in my opinion, and I can have any fucking opinion I want, lady. If it's my opinion that you're a bullshit liar, well, guess what? That's my opinion. And it's my opinion that your crafts are crap. So there.
Ooh, that's right. Let me just put this up here, just in case some people are.
Exactly, Olaf. That's hilarious because that's what she said. She tried to lie about that wasn't their Instagram account. Well, then why all of a sudden, a day later, was it made private? Huh. Methinks. So you might as well go ahead and delete it. Oh, but there's years of scamming on there. I forgot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they have a Facebook account too that's Wolf's Gifts or something. Yeah, gross. So again, in my opinion, Havana, and I kind of started to wonder if Havana was real or not, but then, and when I checked Social Blade and saw that there was 177 new subscribers in a month, no. I went, oh, stop it. No. So now I know for sure no. And again, it's my opinion, bitch. What are you going to do about it?
That kind of
Huh?
growth only happens if you go viral.
Exactly.
She should have stuck to 10. Buy 10, people aren't going to look too hard. You buy 100, people are going to look.
Exactly. And when they made this big fuss over the weekend, I thought, I'm just kind of hanging out. Let me go pop in and look at some Social Blade numbers. And when I did the first time, because I just posted the other day that she had only had like 130 subscribers in just, a month. Well, when I looked this morning, they bought another 50 some in just a day. I'm like, stop it. How embarrassing. So if you want to continue to embarrass yourself like this shit and tell your wild, crazy ass stories, more power to you. But ma'am, please don't think that you're going to scam and grift people. No, not around me. You're not. Because I promise that I will be right there. And if I have to go to other communities and say so, and Citrus came up with this theory, and I happen to agree with him that they're constantly saying that the trolls and the hackers are going after some of their friends, like Yankee Kyle. Anytime I've ever seen Yankee Kyle come into a stream, I've been polite. I've said hello, hi, how are you? That kind of stuff. I don't know Yankee Kyle. Why would I say nasty stuff about him? I don't know him. Why would I go troll him? I don't know him. So Barb and Wolf, you guys take your little sock accounts or your fake email accounts and go and harass these people, thinking and making it think like it's other people like us doing this kind of stuff. And it's not. It's them doing it. I firmly believe that in my heart, 100%.
Yeah.
But again, it's my opinion. And I'm going to have it, Barb, whether you like it or not. But I have a feeling I make a lot more sense than you fucking do.
No, that's not so much of a reach there.
Isn't that awful?
News is like, oh my God. And now how many generations has she gone back in her DNA?
I'm not sure. And that's,
Cross my eyes and tapped out. I'm going, I can't.
I know. And Citrus did a live last Monday. He's going live today as well. But last Monday, he did an awesome live. God love him. I don't think he was expecting to be on for like 4 hours. But he
Hard.
covered so much good stuff. So much good stuff about ancestry and genealogy. And, he nailed it. He nailed it.
Sorry. Back to Adam and Eve.
Exactly. And
That's true. And I think probably I've got some Lilith DNA in me.
exactly. Hi, Annie. Good to see you, sweetie. Oh no. It's just
Annie.
crazy what she wants to put out and honestly expects people to believe it. She can, and hey, and this has kind of come out before too, which I think is funny too. The little blind guy that plays the organ. My husband heard that play there, and he goes, "What are you watching? A church service or something?" I'm like, "No, honey, but it's close, because it's pretend church." Okay. He goes, "I didn't think you were into pretend church. You didn't even like real church." And I don't. I mean, no, you'll only see me go to like Christmas mass and like
I
maybe
go to
Easter
church
sunrise.
to judge other people. I love it.
Oh no. Yeah, you wish said the 30th great grandma. And it's so funny because like I said, you wish is our own little ancestry guru. God love her. Kudos. Thank you. Shout out, you wish. And I put it on my community wall not long ago. That's the person it's a picture from one of her books, right? And she's tripping out because people used a picture in her book. Ma'am, once you put a picture in a book, you just made it public domain. Yep. I hope you know that. Like, apparently she doesn't know that. She's so fucking dumb. So but it's this picture. And for one, this is supposed to be someone that would have lived in the late 1800s. So easily, they would have been way older. But the picture it's color. It looks like it's from like maybe the 70s. And this person sure didn't look like they were almost 90 some years old. Okay. So we found, or I didn't find it, you wish found it, that was supposedly like the great-great-grandfather or the great-grandfather or whoever the hell it is. The dude was white. The dude is freaking white. You can't change that shit. So, now Wolf is supposed to be some pretend Apache, Cherokee. I don't know. And I'm not disrespecting the native culture, but to them I am, because they're fake. And they're the ones disrespecting the native culture, because spin the wheel. 1 week they're one thing, 1 week they're something else. But ma'am, when I first met you, you said you had your native card and an eagle feather locked in a lockbox. So if that's true, why? Because you can't claim multiple things. If you have one card, that you're covered. So why are you going around claiming multiple native tribes when it was all pointed out by Citrus and by You Wish? They both showed their ancestry charts.
And hang on a sec, Kate. Hey, Kate Winslet and
Hey,
Frank.
Kate.
Please tell me you got some nobility happening back there, or were you always a peasant? I'm always afraid to do my English DNA thing to find out that we were slopping something for centuries.
She got back to the 1300s.
Yes. So cool.
Oh.
Robin Hood.
Exactly. I ought to kick myself out in honor of, but
now you have to kick yourself honorarily out. So
enjoy You Wish. I know why you're at Best Buy. So good. Grab it up, girl.
She got lords and ladies. Hell yeah.
Hey, works for me. I have a feeling I just got jokers.
Yeah, no, I got poetry. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, at least I get to claim my other half this coming Friday, which the other half being Irish. So I'll be, definitely.
But I can claim my grandfather is Welsh, or was Welsh, I should say, and he grew up near Sherwood Forest. So I like to think he had ancestry down to Robin Hood.
Absolutely, that's the story. I think we should stick to that. It sounds good to me. I can see that actually. So.
Actually, on my father's side, amongst the Ukrainian and Polish heritage, there's some Romanian gypsy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gypsy put.
Right. Actually, I would more want to think you're like in the Maid Marian category. So.
Oh, yeah. Now that just brings me back to my favorite awful Robin Hood movie with Kevin Costner. I love that film.
Hey, dude, the guy looked awesome in those tights. I ain't lying.
Well, I'm talking about the sheriff here. That was my first real. Holy shit! I want to do that, dude. And then when he turned up as Snape, I went, "Take me now, Lord, take me now."
Exactly. Then what the hell? Damn it!
I know. Okay, my shameful fantasies.
You've been watching way too many of those.
Honey, I've been watching. Hell no, I've been reading some seriously shitty like Vero knows. We were chatting in DM. I kind of let out what I was reading.
You hussies!
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Yep. And we're also planning to be smugglers. So you just look out for, I'm going to be smuggling eggs into the States, and she's going to be smuggling, what was it, Vero, if you're still in here? We're going to be rich anyway.
Oh no, Fraggy, bless your heart. Pirates that were hanged. Oh my. No.
I won't go. No, I'm going to wrap all of them up in bubble wrap. Maple syrup. Thank you.
Oh, there we go. Absolutely.
That was it. We got
Oh,
a
that's
whole
funny.
criminal enterprise laid out.
Ah. And nobody expect an 80-year-old and a 60-ish-year-old to be smugglers. So,
Exactly.
you know, hey.
Yeah. Put your orders in now, ladies.
No, that's hilarious. But Barb, stop it. You're just embarrassing yourself on the daily. The stories, and and hun, you best be careful because you are on Olap's radar yet again. Yeah. So there's that, which I'm down. I'm there every second. Because hey, with Letity doing her crazy nonsense.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Dude, and you spit on a cop. There's only one thing that pisses a cop off more than that, and
Is
that's if you hit
bodily
their car.
fluids. Yep.
Well,
And
yeah.
she spit all over the cop car too.
Oh, she did? Oh my
Oh my
God, I
god,
didn't
she was
hear that.
spitting everywhere. She was really letting loose.
Oh my God. See, that's just gross. I mean, come on. And now, who knows why she was even at the hospital to begin with?
Did
You
anybody
know,
find out? Oh,
I
thank
don't.
you,
Oh, thank you,
Lynn.
Lynn. That was sweet. Good to see
Definitely.
you. Good to see you, sweetie. Hey, and in your own currency too. Damn.
We'll do
That's always nice.
it. Hey, we got our startup costs going, V.
There you go. There you go. And I did Kate, I don't know about that. More like what was the name of the wolf? Two Socks or something? Oh man.
Oh,
He's dumbass. Dances and oh my God, I won't even go there. But well, yeah, come on. And this has been the age old question too. Why? Why do you guys have to pretend to be Native American? Why can't you just be happy and embrace your own heritage, whatever it might be? Take some ancestry tests and find out what your true heritage is. So, why are you embarrassed of your own natural heritage? Because, folks, you clearly aren't Native. You're not. You're lying about it. It's been proven that you've lied about it. You've told so many different freaking stories that apparently you guys forget that the internet is forever. And everything you've ever done, everybody has.
oh God.
Yeah, because
She just doesn't see. Oh my, she just she's almost on par with Big Al with the Delulus.
oh,
Except
exactly.
he just kind of goes a little further.
Yeah, agreed. Right, because I never thought anybody could top her, but holy shit.
Congratulations, Barb.
No doubt, that's pretty bad. Exactly. If you can top that one, yeah, you're out there. That's for sure. So, and again, I mean, she's doing this grift she's been doing this for years. And, not because I've only known of her, what, it was not this December, but last was when, she first came on the scene with some other shit. And, because
We noticed it, yeah.
when Candy covered her, I only knew of her a little bit, and I saw a couple of the Candy videos. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's nice. She's nuts.
You mention her name, she pops up.
Oh, that's true. Ugh. Ugh. I'll just say more gone. More gone. Hey, Kate, so is she. She's got some Mohammed going on back there somewhere, too.
Oh
It's like,
no!
oh, Jesus.
Oh, not that too.
It's like, what's not in there? I mean, for the other 50 some percent, it's like, okay, it's a hodgepodge of sludge. So, God help us. Uh, well,
Sorry, I have thought the same thing. I'm going, what? Why is he allowing her to do this? Why doesn't he just take the router and run? You know?
well, it's the typical reason because remember, I even compared the two. One has a swamp elf, one just has a house
Yeah,
elf.
that's true.
And it's they're in it because they don't, if you let them have the internet and let them run wild on the internet, then they're out of it. They don't have to listen to it unless, of course, it's he's into it too. They both are. Now the other one, not so much. I think he's gone most of the day and doesn't have to deal with it. It's sad though that
Mhm.
she has to do her little 3 o'clock rants, and he probably has to try to sleep through that. But he's probably accustomed to it, which is sad.
Oh yeah, no,
But
I
no,
remember back when I first started covering him, and she was like 500 pounds and stuck in bed, and she's ranting away, and you can hear him snoring beside her. So
oh
he's
yeah,
learned to tune her out and sleep
apparently,
from sheer exhaustion, I think.
yep. Oh, I probably so. Because I'm not sure if it's still the camper or whatever because I caught just a few minutes of a stream. I don't even know which one it was now. They all run together with the freaks. So she dismissed to go to the bathroom. And you know how you have that metally sound when a camper door closes?
Mhm. Mhm.
It was that sound. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. And girl, please, once I never saw her docs on Kiwi Farms, but and she gets all upset about it. But if it wasn't correct, then how
Why
are you
bring it up?
freaking out? Exactly.
Exactly.
So that doesn't make
Exactly.
any sense to me.
Why are you bringing attention to a potential dox?
Well, exactly. And and again, nobody really cared. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, so what? You used to use your real name, so that's not a dox. So all you have to do is enter the information, and it's public record, like your community service is public record, ma'am.
And the fact
Dude.
that you didn't pay your fine and haven't did your community service, like I put on
Exactly.
my community
Yeah.
tab.
Yep. I did it too. And it's funny too to me because she goes around accusing us of saying stuff. No, hun, we're just repeating what you're putting on the table. You're the one that wrote to court and said
Yeah.
you were homeless. Yeah. Hang on just real quick.
Yep. Be wanting lunch. I would think so, Truth. I would think he's probably biding his time before she's either carted off to the Laughing Academy or strokes out.
Well, and that, oh yeah, that's definitely because they wanted, like, the walk beside and all this other stuff, and my wedding's on my channel. Just scroll down, ma'am. You had a fake ceremony to where the dude looked like he was so crocked out it was ridiculous. He looked 3 sheets, which I'd have to be to go to that. And you know, it is so funny that that was from a fucking Jimmy Stewart movie, those vows and shit. So again, they think people are stupid and don't have the ability to go back and figure shit out. So regardless of where you got your fake shit from, it's fake. It is fake.
I
You'll
often
never.
wonder if it's not that she thinks we're stupid, it's that she thinks she's smarter.
Exactly. And that's like you said, they I swear, I think little Big Al was the one that they took out of her stomach and somehow survived. So that's exactly it. Why do you think that people haven't figured your lies out? They have. That's why you should be so embarrassed. I mean, I would crawl under a rock and never come back out. I mean, stop. You guys embarrass yourselves all the time.
The
And,
humiliation. I would have deleted everything.
oh,
You know,
me
I went,
too.
"Ooh, yuck," and zing, 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 I went too far, but I don't think they have that ability to recognize,
The stupidity
um
of it.
well, yeah, but going, you know, that their what the boundaries of what they say. Yeah, it's just not Big Al and Barb. There's a whole raft of them. Just ask Olaf.
Well, that's
She
true. Yeah,
finds out. They
that's
just
true. Oh
there's
my
no
God, yes.
barrier.
I
Yeah.
know. It's frightening. It truly is. But, you know, the next door neighbor, the ex-husband, if he is truly an ex, who knows? But he's the one that's got some money. And, you know, supposedly Wolfie's the caretaker of him and her both. So they're scamming the system for one. And I'm not sure how that works, because one time one of my nephews had this thing, and I think it's offered all over the United States anyways for this program, that you can pay a family member to help be a caretaker,
Right.
but it ain't easy to do. You have to fill out paperwork, you have to fill out hours, and you can't be the one that's doing it. Like for my nephew, it couldn't be his mother or father filling out the paperwork for this person. It had
Mhm.
to be a third party
Mhm.
that verified the hours, verified what they're doing, that kind of stuff. So they do indeed get paid. So who's filling out those forms for them? Somebody is. They have to be. And I love how she's like, well, this CPAP, I'm getting my CPAP settlement. Ma'am, they settled those a long time ago. And the courts have paid for them a long time ago.
Oh,
So keep going with that grift, because you know she hangs these people, which she claims one minute, like there was somebody that had a book that she was interested in reading, and the book was $14. I can't afford that. Well then, how are you paying for half of this crap? You know, she bought this guy that plays the funeral organ on her channel. So she's paid him some stuff. Where are you
He's a
coming up with that money?
somebody's sending her shit. Probably Mark.
Well, it's something. Somebody's financing this stuff. And because I'm going to take that CPAP settlement, pay my medical bills. Ma'am, you have Medicare and Medicaid. So, you're covered. You only have an X amount out of pocket. And how I know this is we've been helping my mother-in-law navigate some of this shit. And, you know, even traditional Medicare, you only have certain amounts that you have to pay out before, you know, every few months. I think it rolls like every 6 months or something. And, you know, then you have new deductibles and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But that's where her Medicaid would kick in. So she should not have a lot of outstanding stuff. And bitch, you should be glowing in the dark by now.
I was going to say that earlier when
Yeah.
all those MRIs were.
I beat you to it.
Ah, thank you. And what about the architecture side jobs?
Oh, I know. She's a tax consultant. She does this, she does that. You know, she's an author. And everybody, please run over to my channel when she is so hell bent on striking people. Because, like Citra said, she flagged my live 18 times and it got taken down. And Citrus is doing chores, so he's just hanging till later. But you know, she has, and again, she does not understand the concept of copyright,
No.
because, honey, the good Lord himself can come off that mountain and say, praise Jesus, Barb. You're right. You've got a copyright. I forgive you, and it's a free pass. So YouTube is going to accommodate. Wrong. All
Into
YouTube does,
California.
and if you would please read what it says when you get your counter notifications, it says, thank you. Now we will pass this on to our legal department, and you have 10 business days to prove that you have enacted a lawsuit against said person showing that you own the copyright.
Right.
Well, guess what? Olaf already won hers. Oops. So you didn't prove it in a court of law. You have two other people that at minimum you filed a copyright against Citrus and a copyright against Parody Guy.
Mhm.
And they only, I think Parody Guy only had 5 days the other day. So we're down to 4 days with his. And if you were going to prove it, you would have proven it already. That means you have to march your happy ass to the courthouse,
Mhm.
file a legal claim, pay to file the legal claim, and then forward that to YouTube that you filed a legal claim in court. You didn't.
Yeah. And that I think was the mistake what's her name did when she did it to me.
Exactly.
Was she took me down for copyright, but then went to court and filled out a harassment
Right.
PPO order out on
Right.
me. And I,
Right.
what are you doing? This is
I know.
not,
Exactly. And even included me, your little sidekick.
I know,
Hey, wax
Mrs.
lover.
Wax Lover.
I was like, woohoo. Hey, I actually got a shout out from the wacko finally.
You did.
Yeah, I guess a troll came into her channel, and she said, "Oh, I know who that is. That's that wax lover person." I was like, "Woo, damn! Finally got a shout out from the wacko. Keep it up, girl, because you're gonna not forget my name anytime soon. I
Mm.
promise. I promise." And people that know me know I'm one tenacious little bitch.
Go get him.
There's that. Exactly, Olaf. She couldn't even afford a book. So there's no way she can afford to take anything to court. And I love that. I don't know how, somebody's giving her some extra cash along the table, Mark,
Mark.
um, to pay some of these people because, little church organ guy, his face just lights up. No, she's already sent him some shit. And she keeps saying, oh, well, that's okay. As soon as I get my settlement, it's like, girl,
Is she
CPAP's already
sending
paid
him
their shit.
her crafts?
Oh, God, I hope not, because I'd just throw that shit in the garbage.
Ugh.
Because stop. And I think even at one point, all I saw was the title of the live that you can use this stuff for self-defense. I about lost it. I think I laughed about that for 20 minutes. I'm like, stop it. What are you going to do, ma'am? Hey, if you want just a cheap self-defense thing, go to Lowe's, get you a big quarter lug nut and stick it around a string and swing that bastard. I guarantee you ain't nobody going to come anywhere close to you with that shit. Hey, $2, you're done. You don't have to buy any cheap barb crafts to do that. That's the only thing they're worth, though. Oh, God. And I love, she will be in mid rant and then stop to look at this. Look how pretty this is. Like, what the fuck, lady?
I noticed
Focus.
that happens with Big Al too. When she's on a rant, but then something distracts her momentarily, like maybe Carlos asks her something, or she just changes track and her whole demeanor turns on a dime.
Right,
She's
right.
nice and calm and collected, and then bang, right back to the
Yeah,
rant.
she
It's
did
like
that when
you
she
get
was
you're
playing her
getting
Sims.
whiplash.
Yes, I know. She would do that so much when she was playing her Sims. She'd just be ranting along, and then all of a sudden her Sims were doing something. She's like, oh, I wonder if you could go to cheerleading practice. Maybe you could do that. And you could go do this. Let's build a house over here. Let's build a tree. I'm like, what the fuck, lady? What happened to you? I was like, huh? Where'd you go? Get zoned out on us. Come back. Oh no. Hey, Pat, good to see you, sweetie. Oh, I know. it just kills me that all these people email her all this other stuff and everything. It's like, huh, ma'am, nobody's emailing you nothing,
I
and
know. And it's the
YouTube is
go-to
certainly
for all
not.
the other nutcases that say, "Well, I got all these emails." No, you fucking don't.
I know, how embarrassing. I mean,
Stupid.
stop. And and I love how and I'm sorry. Apparently, she does not like Social Blade, and I
Yeah,
hey, Elizabeth, good to see you, sweetie. Hope you're doing good. She claims that Social Blade is not a real place. Yes, it is. Social Blade's quite real. And let me give you a hint, Barb. If you go on to Social Blade and the very last day, like today is Monday, there's a little, and it's in red, and it says live. Okay. That doesn't mean you're live streaming. That means you could get a live subscriber count. If Social Blade updates soon enough, she just bought more subscribers because before she had three. And if you click on that, it will give you the live subscriber count as it's going. And it says it was like 3,150. And I'm like, where'd she get another 10? Well, duh, dummy. She bought another 10. So that's going to show up eventually on her Social Blade. So she really salty that I post her Social Blade all the time. So she has to go by and say it's not true.
yeah,
No, these are my watch hours from this, this, and this. And these are girl. I also put up on my channel that your videos and your shit don't get views, ma'am.
that's right.
So the math ain't mathin'. So just explain that to me. You can't. So
It's weird. And a lot of people just don't understand that view thing.
no,
They,
no,
they think they can just buy all these subscribers and they're going to get all this money, and it doesn't work that way.
no, no. There's another one. I'm not going to say his channel name because I don't even want to go there. But um, I looked around because that person had like maybe 5,000 subscribers when I first knew about him, and now he's almost like 30,000 subscribers. What are you waiting on? A plaque? I mean, you could order your plaque off of eBay if you want.
Are you talking
Did
about
that
Bounty?
scare you? Yes. I about fell out. I'm like, no. And I got a couple of screenshots of when they were doing like the beginnings of it and stuff. Oh, he was on a roll. He was buying subscribers and views.
Oh, that's probably not a good idea.
And he got away with it for now.
Yeah.
He got away with it for now. But I've not seen the little monetization, because when they're monetized, like Barbeast, honey, I can't wait because she's already said at some point that some of her videos are being demonetized.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a big red flag to her. That's gonna she's with all these false copyright strikes, that's gonna make a big impact on her channel.
I'm
That
sure it does.
alone, and maybe I shouldn't tell her this, but hun, when those don't go through and these people counter you for falsifying shit, that will minimally take away your monetization, and
Mm-hmm.
you will not have you know I don't know if she even has any members. I've been tempted to join. It's still $6.99. Hey, I'll throw
Oh,
$6.99
no,
away.
don't waste your money.
Oh, I think it's funny because it pisses her off.
Well, that's true because she ends up closing it down. That's
Right.
right.
Because and I've not the only thing, and I was just telling some other folks this morning.
DJ.
I paid my $2 super chat a long time ago to have the last word. And I did. I said, fuck this shit. Super chat $2 to make her prove her St. Jude donation. And after that, I was banned. So it was well worth the $2 you know it. But I joined her channel twice. And one of them was, I think it was like $2.99 or some stupid amount. And she ended up closing them down because I think me and Castle both joined. And I don't know if anybody else joined or not, but So I joined and I was looking at, in my emails. So I'm like, you have a refund from Google. And I'm like, what's that for? And I looked, it's because she closed out her members
Right.
and I got a refund. So both times I got my money back, Barb. Neener, neener, neener. So I got my money back. So she'll get pissed off and close it out and I'll get my money back again. So who cares? And I'll do any if it pisses her off, that just twinkles my toes to piss her off. So
That's it. That's it.
and and I agree with Citrus. She does get privacy strikes and copyright strikes mixed up. But hey, I'm here for it because that's going to just cost her. So again, she is well on her way to losing monetization at the minimum and then losing her channel altogether. And heads up, Barb, and I'm really good at this because I stash URLs like a squirrel. If you lose your channel, Barb, you know what happens? I'll wait, but I'll tell you what happens. When you try to make a new one, guess what? You can make that new little channel all you want. You can buy all the subscribers and views you want. And then as soon as you click monetize, they'll go, yeet, goodbye.
Yeah. Just ask Negs.
No, no, exactly. I know. So, and MFW, it's gotten quite a few
And
people.
Hussy.
Yep, sure has. So, don't think it can't happen to you, sweetie, because it sure can. It sure can. Because we know that's why some of the other ones, and she who shall not be named, she can't monetize either because she's lost a channel before too. So, and again, I stashed those little URLs like a squirrel. So what'll happen is, bitch here, that's me, proud bitch. I will go report your URLs directly to YouTube, and they'll go, oh, thank you, Kate, and you'll go, bye.
Yep, Shanny for Christ.
Mm-hmm. And they think they get away with it too. And it was poor Negs. He ended up getting like 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers in the second. I don't think it was just
Kept
2 days.
trying to do it, and
Yeah.
everybody was saying, don't do that.
Right.
Yeah, you might get more people watching you, but you can redirect them to your Rumble channel where you were. Well, assumed that he was being, compensated.
Monetized over there. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So it's just like, hello, what don't you get? And Babs, Google's your friend, sweetheart. Google everything I just told you and you'll find out it's true. I kind of feel like I shouldn't have told you this shit, but I just want you to be prepared.
Oh no, she'll spin it a different way.
I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will. And I'm just a liar. I don't know what I'm talking about. And yeah, okay. I'm ready for you, putana. I'm ready.
Oh, she's so funny.
I know. Yeah. Oh, hey, Jay's here. I didn't even see Jay. Hey, Jay. But honey, I think she's still on you. Bless your heart. It's like a humping dog humping your leg. I don't know how you're going to shake her off, but good luck, sweetie.
Yeah, she was really going on Jay lately.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, I had to cut a lot of that out. With her, I just couldn't deal with what she was saying and doing. So I just said, I'm taking another break from her. I gotta think about my mental health here.
I know. And I noticed because I was like, wait a minute, if I gotta suffer, so does she. So I'm pulling you back in today. It's like I'm pulling her back in.
Okay. That's okay. I think I can handle her now.
Yeah, every now and then it's fine. But I agree because it's just like, good grief. I mean, it's just, like I was explaining to hubby, it just becomes the principle of it all too for me, is that if you're going to be stupid, I'm going to stand here and point out you're stupid.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to laugh at it. You point, I'll laugh.
Exactly. We make a great team with that. And thank you for the thumbnail. The cat was up there watching too. So hey.
Yeah. You're welcome. When I put my command prompts in for my AI thumbnails, I say too older. I'm not saying senior, so they're always aging me up, and I'm
Hi, Yasmina.
yes, so I still have a lot of my chestnut hair. I mean, I've got my gray bits, but come on.
Wait, no, exactly. It is. It's like holy shit. And 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 plus, come on. Am I bald or do I have helmet hair? Please pick one.
I tried to give you a bouffant one time. Oh my goodness.
I can imagine. Holy hell.
Well, because you're always styled up, your hair is bigger than
Oh God, yes. Yes.
so that was the
Yes.
only
My 80s hair. I will
80s
never,
hair.
yes, I will never get rid of my 80s hair. I love my 80s hair. Hey, somebody's got to keep the hairsprays in business. Okay.
Shut up, Maggie.
Old, I
I
know.
guess I guess she has to take over for Michael. Who knows where Michael is? He usually has to get his digs in.
I know exactly.
Jetson hair.
Amen. Oh no, I love it. So, but it's like pick, come on. And so, and I do wonder, it's so funny too, because, the swamp beast is like, I'm losing weight, y'all. I'm like, yeah, that Ozempic might be working wonders, but you know what? You just did a couple little videos. And let me just say this again, Barb, this is our not first rodeo with crazy. We have seen someone actually go to the emergency room, waste the resources at the emergency room just so they can film themselves live in the emergency room.
Yep.
So
In the
you
exam
going,
room.
yeah, exactly. So you going to the hospital claiming that you're having an MRI. Okay. Um, let me see you in a gown waiting to go in. Then I might believe it. You grab some poor person that's just walking down the fucking hallway and she's got to go, yeah, I'm here because I'm a cancer, people. Just telling this poor woman all her stories. I'm like, and you wonder why you put all this out on a public platform. Let me reverse that. Public platform, ma'am. Once you put it out on a public platform, it's out there forever.
Yes, Mina. Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's already kind of happening, I think. That's why she's not showing herself. I really believe that. But
Because
somebody,
we,
because she's
we
on her
all
little
call her
scooter.
the fattest cancer patient ever. So
I know. And well, and this is hilarious too. What is it with drunks and crazy people and scooters and stuff? So she's motoring around on that hospital on her scooter. And so she was having trouble getting into a, a an office or whatever. But again, I call suspicious on that too, because at the doctor's office, every doctor's office I've been to, they have an automatic door. So if you
well,
need,
yeah.
because a lot of people are on, are on crutches or just, in a wheelchair at some point, and they need that extra help. But someone saw her waiting and they came and got the door for her. Ma'am, I saw your reflection. The Ozempic's not working yet.
Oh, remember back in the Big Al fat days when you caught her reflection in the Walmart like
Freezer, the
freezer
freezer section.
window.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then what it was just too funny too, because I still get to go back and look at some of I wish your favorite one was still around. The
Me too. I know
the
exactly what you're talking
yeah.
about.
Uh-huh. Yep, that's it. But so I went back to, because someone so kindly posted the link and I watched a few of those. My favorite one is I can't remember the exact title of it, but it's, I'm ready for my close up. And don't get my body, but just get my feet. He got your body. Oops.
I think that was the shadiest thing Carlos ever did.
I know. And it was so funny.
It
The little
was.
payback the bitch, ain't it? And so that was so funny. And it is, you know what? One of our beloved used that as a profile pic, got away with it forever. I don't know if it's still up or not, but they used that profile pic of the pink or whatever coral color muumuu she was wearing that day, and they drew
That's
pig
the hot
ears
pink
and a
one.
snout on
Yeah.
it. Oh
She
God.
had a black one and she had a hot pink one.
I think it was the pink one then.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
the
the
pink
hot
one.
pink one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the pink one because of course that matched the pig face and everything. So it was fucking hilarious. I'm like, oh my God, you're evil. I love you. You know?
Oh my
So
god. Ro- uh,
um,
Shout out to Rochelle because
that was it.
She made the pink piggy face on her tummy, and Big Al didn't notice for what, a year,
Oh my God, yes, it was
something like that.
forever. It
It
was fucking hilarious.
was hilarious.
It was hilarious. I know, Yasmina, it's not a moo it's a Dreas.
It's a house dress.
I know. Oh my God. It's like, girl, whew, you can get those
The
by
only
the
difference,
groats. You
only
know?
difference between a muumuu and a house dress is buttons. That's the only difference. House dress has either a zipper or buttons. Muumuus you just put over your head like a caftan.
Yeah, like you mean like a tarp? In her case, it's like a tarp.
Top
But
buttons.
well, I know. And it's like, you know what? Have some, you know, hey, when I'm here at home, I'm relaxed. I'm wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt right now because I'm upstairs in the girl cave. I'm fighting a little bit of tendonitis, so I'll be in everybody's streams, but I may not type a whole lot just because I'm trying to behave myself because I really don't want to have surgery on my biceps. So I'm trying to behave, and it's very hard for me because I don't take behaving very well. So so again, I'm just trying to behave. So I'm upstairs propped up, but I'm wearing sweatpants, a sweatshirt, and I'm happy, comfy. But if I step out
Michael.
that door, hey, there's Michael. If I step out that door, I'm sorry. My mom was foo foo. My sisters are foo foo. Foo foo is handed down to me. So my hair is going to look nice. My makeup is going to look nice. My clothes are going to be decent. So I can't even imagine what, she was wearing a moo to the hospital. It's like, girl,
Mm.
can't you throw on some sweatpants or something? Come on.
Or even a pair of elastic buffet pants,
Then yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
damn.
And a clean shirt. You would have looked fine.
Exactly. It's not that hard. But I mean, that's all she wears is that stuff. And I love how she tells everybody, I can only walk about 10 or 15 feet. Girl, I've seen you hop right on up and run to that door for food. So don't go there with me, ma'am. Stop it.
Oh,
So
citrus. Oh,
exactly. Hey now. And I don't even want to think about that.
no, no, thanks.
No, that's gross. I mean, damn, come on. Isn't there some cream for that? So, damn. Hey, my doctor told me one time if you don't use it, you lose it. So I've been using mine. So there's that.
What, your cream?
No. If you don't
Oh, dear.
athletically exercise that,
Yes, yeah.
preferably with a partner, but if you don't exercise that thing, you're gonna lose that.
Hallelujah.
So I,
Hallelujah.
I told my doctor, I said, will you write that as a prescription? She did too. It was hilarious. It was a joke. So and I showed that to hubby. He's like, oh my God, stop it. I'm like, I thought it was hilarious. Thank you. So yeah, so girl. And now I don't know. I guess if I were him, he'd need a snorkel and stuff so I can understand his hesitancy. But, I would not go there either. But, and you know what, Wolf? Let me just say this to you directly, please. I know you're in it to win it for the long haul because I know you're hoping in secret that, Wacko really is going to kick over at some point, which we all do. I said, hey, I could walk out here to get the mail and have a fast moving Chevy make a mess of me, So
Mhm.
you never know. Tomorrow is never promised for anybody. But, you could do better. And by you allowing her behavior, you are enabling her. And you have enabled her right into a lawsuit for yourself, sir. Because,
And she just keeps making it worse and worse and worse.
oh, yeah, because, come on. We all, and I think I still even have screenshots of when he posted all that nonsense and those threats, because that's exactly what they were. They were threats. And that's what ended up getting them in trouble with the law. That's why they're in some of the deep shit that they're in now. And it ain't getting any better for them,
Mm.
because we've seen her violate that PPO right and left.
Those things need to be reinforced, you know.
Well, they really do. And she says that, and he says this too, they're not going to tell you anything if you call. No, honey, that ain't true. That is not true. If you are actively named, which you pointed fingers at all kinds of people, folks. And Emma already did it with JP. Because, JP's been around for a very long time. I've known of him for quite some time. And, he's actually been to jail over his bullshit. So, he started saying all this shit about Emma, and I've called the police and done this and this. So what's Emma do? She picked up the phone. She called him.
Oh, please, yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we get it. And so the same thing goes for you, ma'am. A lot of people have picked up that phone and called, and they went, no. So you can keep killing all the reams of trees you want by printing your stupidity and putting it on, the flash drives, and you say that the cops are coming out to get another chip for your computer and take the one they left. Honey, the only chip you got is the loose ones in your brain. Those are the only ones you have, ma'am.
Yeah.
So you have dug your hole the deepest I have ever seen anybody. And I can't wait. I will be front row center when your comeuppance comes, because it's coming. It is coming. And that's not threatening you. That's my opinion, that after all I've seen you personally do, your comeuppance is coming. And it's legal comeuppance. And you apparently don't get that. And he's just as culpable as you. Now, why? I
She
mean,
did not. Sorry.
exactly.
Sorry. You can't. Okay. All right. Even I know you can't do that off of a hyperlink.
Well, I know. And it's just like, it's frightening, isn't it? I mean,
Well, she still uses
200
a fax
pages of shit that
machine.
they print. I mean, damn. Will you? And hey, asking for a friend, please let me know what ink you buy so I can be sure and buy stock. You know? I mean, if it's HP, I already got HP, but if it's something else, let me know. And if it's tradable, I'm buying. Because I mean, I can't even imagine what we own a business, and I buy ink maybe 3 or 4 times a year, and that's it. And that's, I buy an extra just to make sure I have it. But bitch, you must buy ink every other day,
Just printing that shit out.
right and left.
Poor
And
Barb. I
I
honestly feel
know.
sorry for that brain of hers.
A girl, I would love a movie ticket to the movie that's going on in her head.
Oh,
Let me
me
tell you.
too. Like I have front seat center in Alana's brain.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh God, yes. I mean, come on, please. If I'm not talking about you directly, hun, you are talking about us directly. We're not stupid.
Mhm.
Who else is the community that's been after you for years?
Oh,
Only because we're the community that's been telling the truth about you for years.
that's
So
right.
see what you have.
And hey, Big Al, still alive.
Exactly. Same here.
2 months
Same here.
into the new year, still alive.
Yeah, same here. So Barb, We have been dealing with, like I said, you're not the first wackadoodle to wander along to our sites. And we've dealt with this one for what now? 3 or 4 years? So we don't give up easily, sweetheart.
Oh, she does not. Olaf, she didn't say that, did she?
Oh, Lord, help me. See,
You
now
ain't
this
gonna
kind of
say.
stuff, I love it. Fat Llama, I am so good to see you. Are you doing okay, sweetie? You are so missed. Because I mean, I've had some crazy stuff go on. So some of the
Hey,
Hatman
Fat
streams and
Llama.
Emma streams I haven't been to, but always good to see you, and I hope you're well. So hugs to you and best wishes always. I'm glad to
Oh,
see you.
what did I miss with ya?
Oh
There we
yeah,
go.
she's paid five thousand per lecture.
Mhm.
So you think she'd be able to afford a $15 or $14 book, you know? And Barb, none of your books are in publication, sweetheart. I if so, I couldn't find one to order. I would have took one for the team, and one of us did. One of us took one for the team. Poor Castle. Oh my God, I laughed so hard him reading her book.
I want to write a book. Let's write a book and see if we can get it published on Amazon.
We probably could. Are you kidding me? Out of what we know about half of these freaks, you know? I mean, we might as well make a buck. Shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, damn.
Eyes and AI art, some stolen art.
Oh, what?
Ah,
Well, yeah, exactly. I was leading to this and I got sidetracked as usual because I'm so good at that. It's like squirrel. When we were talking about copyright, Barb, you make this huge deal. Copyright, my picture, that watermark, it's copyrighted. You know what? I put it on and I bumped it back up too. So it's not that far down on my channel. You embarrassed yourself. You put up a picture that said created by Lakira 555, and it was of a gypsy lady. Ma'am, that wasn't yours. You stole that. And yes, ma'am, I can say you stole that from another creator. I put it all out on you. I reverse searched the picture and came up with the genuine artist. Now, your picture differs a little bit, and you say, oh, well, I can alter it a little bit and still not violate a copyright. No, ma'am, that's a lie. You cannot do anything to someone else's art. So yeah, she tried to alter it just a little bit, like she
yeah.
changed the positions of
Mhm.
the fingers and put on a big
The
dangly
earring.
earring. Yeah. So no, ma'am, you violated someone's copyright, and I don't know if it got turned in or not. Maybe it should. Maybe it should be. So you have a lot of fucking nerve to say anything about copyright.
Citrus, is that true? Is she selling off AI art?
Oopsie.
Holy shit.
Mm-mm.
Oh boy.
Can't do
Everybody
that.
knows there's no copyright on AI and you cannot sell it as original.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't
She's
sell
putting
it
it
at
in her
all.
she's putting it in her epoxy stuff. Hon, I think you've been huffing that shit a little too long, you know it. Oh, and by the way, anybody that's had sinus cancer as badly as you say you have, and you've been dealing with it since like what, the 80s or 90s, sinus cancer is one of the most aggressive forms of cancer there is. And would your doctor really be like all thrilled and warm and fuzzy knowing that you work with epoxy? I don't care how many masks you wear. I don't care how many gloves you wear. Uh, that's the most cancerous causing thing ever is epoxy.
And she's
So
doing it in her home.
exactly, with no way that there's enough ventilation for that shit. Because look at that rat's nest. Holy shit. Somebody put up I don't know if it was a still or whatever, but she literally had boxed herself in, surrounded by crap. No, I would have nightmares. I mean, and hey,
Hey, I'll do it. I'll phone Disney and let them know.
yeah, because, well, that's what she's trying to push Baby Yoda. Huh. She wants to sell Baby Yoda crafts. No, no, ma'am. Disney will not have that. And Disney will come for you. I promise. Disney don't play with that shit. They will come for you. They even
Yeah,
have hotlines and shit that you could call. So,
they even they even here about 20, 30 years ago, a little daycare opened. Just a little independent daycare, and they put up, um, like Disney characters. Just murals, and bam, they got shut down.
oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they weren't selling it. That was just like images,
Yeah.
that kids like to look at, and
Yeah.
they went
Yeah.
in there and surgically removed them.
Yeah, they mean business. I mean, and it's funny too because a lot of these big places, like I think I told this not long ago about a singer that a gal was making, mugs, and
Mhm.
she put his image on these mugs and was selling them, and she was completely just, she wasn't trying to be you know uh malicious or anything like that. She just thought, hey, this is one of my favorite artists. I'm gonna, publicize him. I'm gonna make this stuff and sell it. And she did. And he didn't even know about it. They tried to sue her.
Oh,
Thanks,
thank you, Truth.
Truth. Yes, you're so sweet. Thank you.
You
But
so
she
much.
tried. They came for her and were gonna like sue her for like 70 some $1,000, and this poor gal was just flipping out. Just, oh my god, what am I gonna do? And finally, and that was just, the staff of the guy that was the musical artist. And when he found out about it, he felt so bad. He's like, don't worry, it's okay. I will take care of this. He canceled all the stuff, so they didn't go after her. And they just said, please don't sell this with his image anymore. And it was done. But, she dodged a legit bullet because they have automatic stuff. They have staff that does
Yeah, that's
that
dedicated
watches.
to finding you.
Yeah. Yes. And so, don't sit there and think that you're going to escape that. So even if somebody were to call on you, you know, they're just pointing it out, but their bots and their staff are going to catch that shit. So again, and I have to say, you know, my hubby's family is all law enforcement, a lot of them. I mean, and yes, I have a brother-in-law that works for the FBI. And uh you know, your law enforcement consider you being touched by an angel, ma'am, because around these parts, if you continue to call and cause a disruption, because I don't care what anybody says, if they call wellness check or they call the police, they can't just go, oh, it's just them. We blow it off. No, no, no. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. They can't do that. If they are called, they have a legal obligation. They have to respond. So, you wasting their time like you do to where they have you on body cam, ma'am, telling you, log off, just log off. Look, I've heard the cop say it out of his own lips.
Yep.
We've been out here a lot of times, and she puts all her personal business out on the internet and then gets upset when people talk about it. Well, duh, here we are. So again, you're putting out your own shit publicly. So yes, it's public and it's going to be talked about. So your law enforcement is so nice to you that they don't start charging you for your bogus bullshit. So that might be coming too. Because around these parts, if you set off your burglar alarm too many times as a nuisance, because those motherfuckers are allowed. So if you set that shit off as a nuisance,
They
you
won't
know,
respond. Yeah.
oh, well, no, they will respond, but you get a fine. And I
Oh,
know when I was pet sitting, and this happened to one of my favorite clients, I was so embarrassed because that was always my worst fear. And I only did it like 3 times in my entire career of decades of pet sitting. You know, When you go in and you realize you forgot the alarm code, you're like, fuck. And you're just waiting for it to start blaring. You're like, oh my God, no. And
What's up?
I know. And I went to one of my favorite golden doodles house. We did them like twice a week because, they were very busy people and they had busy lives and they wanted their dogs to be able to go out and have fun and play. And so the alarm wasn't working right because, that's the ones I loved where it was right when you came in. So I didn't have to run 5,000 yards to make sure that the alarm didn't go off. I got to it and just shut it off in time. So I went in through the garage, entered the code, and it just kind of did this weird beeping. And I'm like, well, that's weird. It didn't seem right, but it stopped. I'm like, okay. And so I just started and proceeded to do my stuff and went outside with the dogs and we're playing. And I saw the cop car pull up. And I'm like, no.
No, no, no.
And I'm like, this can't be. That they're stopping for something else. Well, I was outside, so the guy walked up to the fenced-in yard and was talking to me, and I'm like, "Hi," and he goes, "Do you live here?" And I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, I'm the pet sitter." And he goes, "Oh, well, we had an alarm," and I'm like, "Oh man," I said, "I am so sorry." I said, "I thought the alarm did some weird stuff when I was entering the code, but it stopped." And I thought everything was okay. I said, my sincerest apologies. Well, this was a Friday the 13th. And long story, and I'll go into that another day. There'd be amusing stories from Kate. But my father-in-law, who was a police officer for decades, the man would prank me wherever I worked. Wherever I had a job, the man would find a way to prank me. And he had recently passed away. And I thought, you know what? That asshole, he is pranking me with this. I know he is. And I came home and talked to his picture. I said, shame on you for pranking me. I know you did it. And but so the cop was very nice and we had a very nice conversation. I apologized. But if you set your alarm off, the first you get warnings for a couple times. But then when they start charging you, the first offense is $50. Then it's 75. Then it's 100. So it just keeps going up from there. So they mean our law enforcement means business and shit because they're busy. They don't have time to come answer your fake alarms and shit. You know? So, he understood and I didn't get any trouble. And I left a note that I'm sorry, the cops came. And I talked to him by phone later that day. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. And she said, yeah, the alarm's been acting kind of weird. I'm like, well, okay, it did. It acted weird today. So, but there is nothing worse than that feeling when you walk in and you're like, that thing's just a blaring and you're like, fuck, I forgot the code. No. So it happened. But so yeah, it's crazy. So she's getting away with so much shit. There is no way our law enforcement would have gone after the third or fourth time having to come out there and the cop on the body cam going, we've come out here so many times. They're sick of that shit.
They should just charge her or
They
fine her
should.
big time every
They
time
should.
she does this shit
I
because then
agree.
she'll stop. Oh,
Right,
hopefully.
right. And it's interesting because I don't know that they have called the cops recently in the past few months. So I maybe they haven't, but if they have, we haven't heard about it. But it's just, hopefully they're tired of their body cams getting put out there because I just absolutely one of my most favorite things was, the body cam where she went to the nut hut. It's very clear she went to the nut hut. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. And, this is one thing that our administration probably could possibly do was, mental. And I feel bad for people that suffer mental health in this country because there's not enough resources to help people. And, we see what happens to Letitia. We see what happens to some of these people that fall through the cracks. And, because Letitia now is probably going to sit in jail until her court hearing comes up because there's no
No,
really other place to put her.
she deliberately goes off her medication. And you
Yeah,
can see the progression of it.
right. But seriously, though, why? She knows what's going to happen when she does this stuff and she behaves like this. She went to jail because, the cops don't play with this shit. I mean, man, I saw that woman in the back of that police car just screeching and yelling, and they were just like, what the fuck?
I am
You know?
so glad that short-term boyfriend took that cat because
Oh, I know.
holy shit. I knew I know, no, 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 no. She's
I
killed
know.
animals before.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, and I have when they start talking about that stuff, I can't even. I have to dip because that's just the most horrific thing to me
yeah.
is, to do that kind of stuff. And she would have hurt one of those animals. I know she
Oh,
would have.
no,
That's just how she
100%.
is.
Who puts newborn puppies in a freezer?
Oh, I know,
You know,
Kathy. Oh my God,
the
that just
city
made me sick.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, that just made me sick. And there's
Yeah.
people out there that don't think that's true. Yeah, it was true.
Oh, yeah, it
It
is
was
true.
Yeah, it is true. And so again, they really need to bring back facilities that can keep these people away from other people and get them medicated. And if they're not going to stay on their meds, then they need to, have a permanent bed.
Yeah.
And
One,
I feel bad because a lot of people say, "Oh, she's acting a lot of this." Maybe she is. But if she is, she's one dumb bitch because she knows that's all it's going to do is land her in jail. I'm sorry, I'm not going to pretend to be psychotic and go to jail. That'd be the last thing on
yeah.
my bucket
I
list.
mean, she wasn't even really monetized. If she was, that was very brief.
Yeah, yeah, because I never saw a donate button or anything like that. So, she maybe put her Cash App up and stuff, and people were sending her money that way. But,
Yeah, well,
whatever.
I'm certain of it because there are people that pay for the idiots to be idiots. I mean, it's just a thing. All the trolls, and I'm using my quote fingers. For with Cobra JFS. Well,
Right, right.
when he was monetized the first time, he would get all sorts of super chats, but people were insulting him while they sent the super chats.
Well, I know that was kind of like me. I paid my $2 to get the last word in, damn it.
Exactly. But they were really harassing him bad. But that it was sort of um a love hate thing because they were allowed to hate on him, but nobody else was. It
Well,
was a
exactly.
weird, weird, weird community. I tell you,
Yeah, it is. And
really weird
and
community. I
just to
never
answer,
participated. I just watched. I'm not getting involved in that shit. Nope, nope, not me.
oh, I know, I know. And well, because the buddy trolls, I'm not going to call out her current buddy troll. I'm going to let that one go by because I think it's fucking hilarious. But you know, she's so stupid that apparently she's not clicking on channels and checking it out. But that's, hey,
Mhm.
who am I? So yeah, you go, girl. You
Well, a
go.
lot of
You keep
people
on.
don't check out. Yeah, that
No, yeah,
they're
but
being propped up.
well,
I
yeah,
laugh
it is.
at. Okay,
And it is. And I agree, Kate, it's just like it's not worth it because all it does is inflate their already sickness, because like
good.
after she went to the nut hut and came out, she wasn't even out a day. I think Wolf went and picked her up from the nut hut and they made an immediate stop at the police station with this big huge folders of shit to drop off. And the lady's like, and again, that cop at the patient's Job, she stood there and what for like 40 minutes and talked to this loon, you know? And she's like, you can find another way. And more than one cop has told her this. You can find another way to sell your crafts. You don't have to do it on YouTube and then tell your business. You could have your channel on, but disable your chat. There's so many options. And she's like, do you make money? And she goes, and she had the nastiest smug on her face and
Mhm.
say, I do. I made $300. Oh, I'm not going to say the violence that went through my thoughts when
Mhm.
she smugly said that. And, and her little side piece just stood over there like a dumbass, like a little stick scarecrow in the wind, you know? And so you are just as culpable, sir. I hope you realize that. And I'm glad you have a PPO against you because it's well deserved because you're a nasty little man to go along with your nasty little bitch.
Yeah. Yasmina, I know that, and I'm a bit of a sadist myself, but I would never do anything like that. I would never do that.
Oh, it's exactly.
I have my boundaries too. There's some things I'll laugh at that maybe other people wouldn't,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you know, but when you're reaching in real life and sending people stuff like that, I'm going, nah, nah. I need to take a walk. Let's shut
Well,
this internet off for a bit.
it is. It is. And that's when I start reporting streams and stuff. Because hey, I've been very, very lax. I have not reported. I have not gone over to YouTube and gone to Team YouTube over her. But there's some good clips out there that I might grab and send them on over to YouTube because, you know, I'm gonna wait and see because she's on her own method of self-destruct here anyways.
Yeah,
So again, I'm just going to sit back and watch and laugh and point and go, I can't wait till you come back because I am. I'm going to squirrel those little URLs away and go, and go zap. And just, like you said, I do like to watch people twist in the wind when she's just,
oh yeah,
these stupid stories about, oh my God, what she did and grade school and growing up doing this. All I know is she enjoyed killing rabbits growing up, so hey, so that's another thing.
yeah.
um
I'm like you, man. I would have been like one of the peasants where you throw things at the guy in the stocks, you know, you know, and
exactly.
the town square. I'd be the one with the stick. Poke, 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 poke,
Oh,
poke.
you and me
You
both,
know,
girl. I'll be standing there like,
fornicator.
exactly. Do yeah. I mean, I'd be the one like in Outlander, which this was a unique punishment, it. And I did Google this, and it was true.
Uh-oh.
They when the one guy that had tormented Brianna, and they sentenced him to death.
Hmm.
But what it was they staked you out at low tide, and you were handcuffed like with your arms above your head to this big long pole, and basically they just waited for the tide to
I
come in and you
reckon them
drowned.
too. They used to bury people in the sand too, right up to their neck,
Yeah.
and do the same thing. People back then had imaginations.
Well, but that was a hell of a deterrent, I mean,
Yeah.
I think they'd be like, I don't think I
Well, there
want
was
that to
another
happen.
one.
So yeah, I think I'm
There
gonna
was
be
another
good.
one. There was another one, Kate. I can't remember the name of it, but I thought it was particular diabolical. They encase you in a box and they feed you honey and something else. So when you defecate and that you just shit your pants, in come the ants and whatever other creature that is attracted to sweet things.
Interesting.
Yeah, there was a name for it. I can't remember. I remember reading it about it, and I'm going, "Oh, who sits down and thinks of this stuff?"
I
You know?
know exactly. And like Yasmina said, they had the rack and stuff and the
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, and anybody that's worth their
Mhm.
salt seen Vincent Price in The Pit and the Pendulum. That's got to be one of the best movies ever.
Ah,
So
somebody
yes.
debunked that though. That if there really was the pendulum execution, and this guy was going, you know what? That blade, as soon as it would cut into flesh, would stop. It would just like clunk. You know? I mean,
Yeah.
you would die, but it wouldn't slice you in half and keep swinging.
Darn
I
it.
don't
You
know.
can ruin
I
it.
don't know if it's true or not, but it was all it. Oh, whatever. But
That's
yeah,
true, Yasmina. Evil has always existed. But yeah, but it's
yeah,
it's a cool concept though, I mean,
yeah. No, and it makes for good storytelling. That's for
yeah.
sure.
And well, they saved him anyway. He didn't die that way. They saved
Yeah.
him in time. I think he ended up falling off because the pit was surrounded the pendulum. So That
Mhm.
thing was like bottomless. You'd throw a rock over that, and they're just like it just kept going. So I was like, oh damn, that'd be bad enough as it is to fall just endlessly. That would suck. So that wouldn't
Oh,
be any
hey,
fun.
I just made up a new DJ name for Big Al. DJ Dark Thoughts.
Hey, you go
Okay.
with what works. Hey, it's true because that's all
Well,
she
Dark
does.
Souls is pretty much
Creepy.
she needs a new account.
Yeah,
And Jay did
exactly.
win the rap battle. He
Yes, he
did.
did.
The
Yes, he
disc
did.
tracks were excellent.
Yes, he did. Yep, he won. Hands down,
Hands down.
hands up. you know, depending on. Oh
So
no.
our Kim, well, not my Kim because I don't watch her, has made her return with a boyfriend.
Oh, ooh, ooh. I'm sorry. Um, I've said this publicly before. I mean, you know, I don't have serious issues with Kim, but am I a Kim fan? Not even. After what she pulled to Emma and some of those folks over there, come on. She lied, clearly said that she had test driven that truck that Isaac was getting her. If you didn't test drive nothing, lady, you lied.
Of
So, I
course
mean,
she
I
did.
think she would sell out her grandma if possible. So, and I thought she was supposed to have this procedure done, which whatever. She wasn't getting how that clearly worked. So I just kind of sat back and, well, that's going to be interesting because because that'd be my worst nightmare because I do have to have that shit done regularly. And if I got there and didn't do all that prep right and they
Hey,
had to say,
Castle.
nope, sorry, you got to come back, I'd be like, somebody would die. I would kill somebody. So, mm-mm. Nope. So she apparently, hey, Castle, good to see you. Uh, if she didn't do the prep right or she ate and they had to reschedule it, she doesn't know what she's in for. And she
We're talking about
had,
the colonoscopy test
yeah,
and all the
yeah,
rules you have to go through before having.
right. Yeah. And, and excuse me, but why is she making this guy do landscaping on her property? Doesn't she have a landlord? I'm sorry. If I had a landlord, it would be up to my landlord to be doing landscaping and yard work. So why is she got I heard this guy was some homeless guy that she plucked off the street. And he's already
Oh,
been bit by one scorpion, So I'm sorry. Uh, that was the perk of having a landlord. If you had a landlord and something broke, you called the landlord. Or if you needed maintenance done, you called the landlord.
I
So,
I don't know. Yasmina, the skinny something. What's the name of her channel?
like Skinny Kim and Raoul or whatever. But
Something like that.
I'm not talking about the guy's looks or anything, but he looks like he's the crypt keeper. I'm sorry.
He's probably a good 20 years older than
Oh,
she is.
easily,
Yeah.
easy, easy. And she's supposed to be pre-diabetic. And she's going around all the time flaunting that, yeah, I've lost weight. I'm like, where?
Yeah, it
Um,
looks like she gained actually.
I think so too. And that's no shade towards her. I mean, hey, it is what it is. We all put on some extra fluffy pounds from time to
Listen,
time. But
when you start talking about your body and your weight, then you have to expect response back. So I would never have said anything about the way she looks if she didn't bring it up, right?
well, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. But here I saw a screenshot. She had like, I'm not kidding you, it looked like 6 or 7 bags of Easter candy. And I was just like, damn, that would have been enough candy to last my household for over a year.
I agree, going up. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Olap. That's why I don't pay attention either. I just kind of some of the behind the scenes folks comment
Yeah, if
here and
somebody's
there. And
reacting to her or something is said in Discord, but I'm not going to go and seek her out to watch. I just can't.
No, I can't either because it's just too frustrating for me because everybody tries to get like we did. Everybody
Yeah.
tries to give her good advice.
And then we got butchered by Candy Megan.
Yep. And well, and then other things too. I mean, everybody put their, differences aside. After what she did to Emma, Emma was still there to talk to her, be nice, say hey. And, Emma told the truth. She goes, if you're going to keep doing this shit and put your entire life out on YouTube, I'm good. Have a nice life, Kim, but you won't see me around.
Hmm.
And she's stuck to that, and I'm glad she has because Emma wears her heart on her sleeve, and she was so nice to her. And she bought her all kinds of nice stuff and bought treats for the dogs because Emma's an animal person. But Kim, you're a user. That's all how did you get all this Easter candy, Kim? You've told people that you can't even get a taco because you owe the guy money and he won't let you buy anymore till you pay your tab. So how are you getting all this candy?
Amazon.
But does Amazon have a tab that you can, anytime I bought from Amazon, I had to pay for it right then.
No, I'm saying people are sending it to her through Amazon.
Oh, well, I don't believe that. Who? Uh, I mean, who would be sending a pre-diabetic woman
The Buddy
bags upon
Trolls.
bags? And
You
and V said
forgot.
that was just one kind of candy she got.
Mary.
That was like
Yeah,
6 or 7 bags of it. It's like, damn, no.
yeah,
Uh-uh.
she's back, Yasmina. Just what, a month? This
I
stuff?
guess.
Yeah.
I, I think it's been about that, yeah. And then because she's been going around live streams. I've seen her in live streams and stuff, and I just kind of move along, and I mind my own business. And people have advised her, she'll do anything to get up on your panel, and
Yeah. No, she tried once with me. I'm going, no.
yeah, no, exactly, no, and but I mean, and people have humored her and allowed her on their panel and stuff, and that's up to them if they want to do that. That's cool. But she really has, you know, she needs to stay off social media because she puts way too much of her business out. She's doing medicine not long ago. I heard too, and she's showing all that shit again. And it's like, Kim, did you not learn from the first time? So she didn't learn her lesson from the first time. So it doesn't matter if you take 5 months or 5 years off. If you didn't learn it from the first time, you're not going to learn it this time around either. And I would feel bad if people took advantage of Kim because it's very apparently easy to do. So she doesn't deserve that. So she really does need to just stay off YouTube. So there's that. And I hate to say it like that, but exactly, you wish. And I just don't think she needs to be on YouTube.
Yeah, here she is, with a
I think,
homeless guy in her house.
yeah, I know. And, good luck there because, if homeless guy has mail come, then you're never going to get rid of him. You have to file an eviction to get rid of him. And that may not even be in her lease. No,
Interesting.
to have somebody there because, and again, her landlord, I don't know. I mean, I gotta say, if I went without air conditioning like she did for weeks last summer, I'd be calling my landlord going, I don't think so, sir. We're not going to pay rent
That,
until you
that
get my
was the
shit fixed.
oddest thing because, why Arizona in the summer and no air conditioning?
I know. And I mean, Michael was even going to take one for the team and he was going to have some repair guy come out and
Yeah,
fix
I
her
remember
swamp
him
cooler.
talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And, that's her landlord's responsibility. So
Mm-hmm.
the dude must be a slumlord because she gave us the house tour not long ago showing stuff that was all broken still and this and that. And I lived this. I'd be like, no, uh-uh. I would be calling my local housing authority and going, hey, look at this. Because again, around here, they don't take kindly to that shit. Yeah, so, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, that's exactly at Castle. That's how I've always thought about it too, is if you have a lease, you're supposed to report any house guest that stays longer than 7 days. So that may not be in her lease to have like some guy sleep on a bed in the living room. So
Oh,
it is
you
what it
mean they're
is.
not boyfriend and girlfriend?
Oh, me thinks that they are, but hey.
Okay.
Okay, but that's just I don't know. I don't know. I
And
don't want to
and
know.
the landlord probably gets paid directly from whatever service she gets for the
That's
rent. So
true.
he's not inclined to get rid of her.
Oh, well, V says she calls him her BF, so I guess there you go. This is what it is.
Mm. Unfortunately, landlord just doesn't care or doesn't want to deal with her. She
It
calls him.
doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Well, exactly. Yasmina brought up a good point too, and that probably was just a bunch of pose, Yasmina, because she was all panicked about the puppies. Oh, I can't have all these puppies. He told me the landlord said I had to get rid of these puppies, and and everybody remembers that she ditched the whole litter of puppies at 6 weeks. So I won't forget
Yeah,
that anytime soon either.
yeah. Effed up those puppies.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
Nope. Well, she was taking them away from the mother. You know, I'm surprised the mother dog didn't go for her.
Yeah, because they can be pretty funny, especially when, it was all, that story changed a bunch of times too,
Mhm.
as to how old that dog really was. We were led to believe the dog was only like, what, 9 or 10 months old.
Yeah,
And then the dog ended up having mastitis. And, they can't nurse off of dogs that, are their nipples are infected. That's
infection.
just
Yeah.
bad news. So, and again, with the ringworm debacle, there was just so much that went on. And she wouldn't do the right thing. People were again advising her, Kim, find the dogs good homes, find the puppies good homes, then find the big dogs good homes, and just go along. If you feel that needy, grab a scorpion and bring it in or something and put it in an aquarium. Who knows? But, she just doesn't really need
Yes,
pets,
Mina,
in
she
my
did
opinion.
what? How would she know if a dog's died?
Well, yeah, she pulled a puppy out that way. Yeah. Yeah, one of the puppies was stuck, she thought, so she reached in and got it.
No, 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 no,
I
no.
know. That's so lucky that the dog didn't get an infection. So, yeah. And again, if you're listening, Kim, no shade. I'm not going for you. I'm just, people have been trying to give you good advice for a long time and you just don't take it, honey. So, there's that.
Yeah. Well, I can't watch her. I mean, I have. There are some crazies I enjoy, and I miss what's her name, Crystal Station.
Oh,
I miss her.
yeah. Yeah.
But then
Right.
again, and then there's such an ick factor with Kim. I just can't. So
Right.
I don't know what the difference is. I haven't figured. Well, I haven't spent that much time thinking about it. But why can I sit and watch Crystal Station? In her Amen 15s, and then sort of at Kim.
Right. Because, and,
Yeah,
and again, because I think part of me feels really sorry for Kim. And I don't think Kim wants anybody's pity or anything. Kim just wants your money and she doesn't
yeah,
matter how she gets it.
yeah,
So, that's just kind of scammy. And, as far as everything else about, Kim is Kim. I mean, that's kind of what everybody said. But, I do agree with Olaf, bringing her up on panel just to have, the show is, it is what it
yeah.
is. And I don't agree with that either. But that's why I said, Kim just needs to uh, settle down, get off YouTube, and do have life. And I think Kim would be best in a group home environment.
Me too. Absolutely, 100%. She
Yeah.
needs
'Cause
supervision.
yeah, there's no shame in that. I mean, one of my nephews was in a group home and, it was very beneficial for him. And, it's just is what it is. So I just think that would benefit her greatly,
Hmm.
that she could be out. And she said not long ago when she first came back, I watched a couple times, and they're supposed to be helping her find a job. Well, I thought they were helping her find a job 6 months ago. So none of the stuff that Kim puts out ever pans out.
Yeah.
So, and she's driven before and had a car accident, and that just made me cringe because I'm
I'm still
sorry.
trying to figure out how she passed a driving exam
Yeah, me too. That's kind of, freaks me out too.
because she couldn't follow the vet's advice on dealing with the ringworm.
Right.
How can she
Right.
study a driver's guide and take the exam?
Right. That's what I'm saying. With this colonoscopy she's going to have, she knew what she's supposed to do. And, stuff with the colonoscopies have changed even since, 10 years ago when I first
Mhm.
started having to have those. Is, it used to be you could have a light meal the morning of, and then you start your prep and then you go from there. Now they want you to follow a low residue diet the week
Yep.
before. And when you find out what a low residue diet is basically all the shit you can't have normally. So it's
Yeah.
okay. It's like, oh, okay, I could do that. So, but then you have to follow the prep to a letter. And she clearly didn't, because she has an eating problem. She's addicted to junk food and that kind of stuff. And she ate. So they had to cancel the colonoscopy. So, she got to, you have to follow those rules exactly. Because, like I said, you do not want to have to follow all that crap and then get there and the doctor get halfway done and go, well, sorry, you're going to have to come back and do this again because we couldn't see what we needed to see. Because you didn't follow the prep instructions correctly and you weren't cleaned out enough to have a colonoscopy. And that
Mhm.
happens a lot more than what people think. So, no. So you're right. If it hadn't been for Emma coming back to her live streams and telling her, Kim, this is what you need to do, because, thank God for that.
Yeah. And this is, I don't know.
Yeah, V, she ate. She ate something. So yeah, can't do that.
And it's
So
really not that complicated. It's just annoying.
and it is, because especially now with, they do like the stuff you do. You have to follow the funny diet, the week before, and it's like, okay, fine. And some doctors are very funny. You cannot, as far as my doctor goes, you can't have anything. Um, they really want you to do it like 48 hours before. No purple, no red,
Yep.
no orange.
Clear. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's weird to me what they consider clear, because the first time I was so confused. I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. And then the lady's like, well, you could have had your Diet Coke. I'm like, what? I thought, because Diet Coke is far from clear. So what they mean by clear liquids are a lot different than what I mean by clear liquids.
Clear, clear. I
So
just drink water. Coffee and water. That's it.
right. And but like if you take cream in your coffee, you can't have that.
That's okay. I can deal with that for a couple
Yeah,
of
oh,
days.
yeah, absolutely. Me too. And it wasn't hard. The thing for me is the following the directions the week before and the couple days before is no big deal. But to try to find stuff that's not red, that's not purple, that's not orange.
Yeah, that's
and,
true.
and even some doctors don't want you to have blue. So I'm like, what color does that leave? Yellow.
Yellow Mountain Dew. There you go.
Right. And then so and then you can have green. So I mean, I had green Jello, and I had like yellow sugar-free banana pops, that kind of stuff. So I was like, good Lord. So trying to find stuff that's the right color these days is not easy.
Huh.
So that was the biggest challenge.
They should have
But
just make out a list, handed it to you. These are the approved things that you can, eat or drink.
Right.
Stick with it for a week. That's all it is. Just
Right. And when you
no.
could Google low residue diet and go, oh, okay, you
Oh,
get
okay.
it.
I
So that
never
should be
had them.
perfect for her, because I mean, basically, it's all stuff that you can't have normally. Like me, like bread and all this other stuff. And the thing I had to catch myself with was, and I should be careful anyways because I have a touch of diverticulitis,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to go grab a bun to have a chicken sandwich on a bun, and my buns were seeded. And I'm like, fuck, I can't have those because if the little seeds on there, they don't want those because I guess those take forever to digest and what have you. And, so they
Yeah.
hang around a while. So you can't have those. So I'm like, well, fuck. So it's like, okay, it is what it is. But so, yeah, I think we ran everybody off talking about colonoscopies. The chat just literally died. Went, ugh, yeah. We
Well,
don't even want to think about.
I used to be a real big faster back a couple of years back. So this is not a problem for me, but I guess it is for people that like to eat.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And well, for me, I've done the intermittent fasting and stuff, and it was okay. And just
No, I went on full scale
oh yes,
fast.
you did.
Like,
I
yeah,
did. I thought, oh no, I would have died.
yeah.
No.
Well, no, you know what? Because I was on keto, going into fasting mode was way easier than people think. And the first night is kind of weird. You just keep pumping the water in and the minerals and stuff. And then I think the first and the second day, and then from the third day, I started out at doing like 4-day fasts, and then it was a 5-day fast, and then it was 10 days was the longest I ever went with just
God, you
water.
deserve a medal.
Yeah. You know what? I never felt better in my life. You get over that hump, and then bam, it's all of a sudden you got all this effing energy. I was walking a couple of miles a day every morning, and it just like the weight fell off. It was amazing. It was just amazing. And I want to get back into doing it again, but it takes work to get
Well,
back
it
into that
does.
mindset. And I'm just fat and lazy. So,
Boy, and because everybody, when one of my sisters convinced me to do Atkins years ago, and she's
mhm.
like, "Have you heard the Atkins diet?" And I'm like, "No, tell me." And she goes, "Well, you can have all the meat and cheese and dairy and everything you want."
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I'm like, "Butter?" And she goes, "Yeah, all that stuff." I'm like, "Ooh." And she goes, "Well, but there's a couple catches." I'm like, "Oh, okay, of course there is. No bread, no potatoes, none of that
Yep.
stuff." I'm like,
No root
"Oh,
vegetables. Nope, nope, nope.
yeah." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, I don't know about this." Because I'm sorry, the Italian half of me's going, "Oh, hell no." You know,
See, that's
I
the
need
thing. A lot of
pasta.
people said, "No potatoes?" I
Yep,
said, "Oh,
I'm out.
not forever." You
Yeah,
know?
no bread. I'm like, "Oh, no." And
Not
when
thinking
she
it's the
told me
end of
no
your
bread,
life. It isn't.
she told me no bread. I'm like, "What the fuck am I supposed to put the butter on then?" Oh no. Oh, I was dying. But I did. And then people thought I was crazy. I did that. My other girlfriend did it for a while, and she got up to like, because you start off very low. I mean, only like 20 carbs a day is all you get. And
Yeah.
you'd be amazed that lettuce has carbs. Like, what the fuck? So this is ridiculous, damn it. And so once I got the hang of it, it was actually not bad.
No.
And I got up, the maximum carbs I got a day and still lost weight was 25. And people were like, "How did you do that?" I'm like, I look back on it and go, "I don't know," because I did it for years.
You
And
know?
my one girlfriend got up to 65 carbs. I'm like, "I wish I could have done that, but I only got 25." So no. And I do. I look back today and go, "How the hell did you do that?" So
Exactly. It all of a sudden, because I did it for a year and a couple of months, and I lost 90 pounds.
wow, awesome.
Yeah. But I also not use the word blame, but my ADHD helped a lot because my manifestations with my ADHD is I dive into something, I'm all in.
Yes.
I went the strictest route I could find, and that's how I not exercised in the normal way. They don't want you to do that. They want you to walk, but don't go to the gym. Just walk. So I would walk 45 minutes a day, and we have a sort of a subway platform about 6 blocks from where I live, and there's a lot of stairs you have to climb to get to the platform. So I would just make my route there, and I would go up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs, up. And I was what? Let's see, okay, I was 59, I think 58 or 59, and I was running up those stairs. Like,
Wow, good for you.
and I ended up. I was so energized by it all, and all the weight was coming off, and all of a sudden I was running up those stairs, and I'm going, holy fuck, I'm in my late 50s and I'm running up like 3 flights of stairs. This is awesome.
Yeah. And I would have been doing that same thing except for a
And
knee.
then COVID came to call, and
Yes.
everything went to shit
Yep,
because
it did.
I'm one of those people that don't want to be sick, and that's because I live alone. So when COVID first came out, people were dropping like flies, and I just isolated the shit out of myself.
Well, I think everybody kind of did that to a
Yeah,
point.
and then what do? You watch TV and you eat. So
That's
I
exactly it.
didn't
Oh
gain
my
it all back,
God.
but I gained a good portion of it back, at least half.
My
And
cousin, I could have just beat his ass. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were saying you gained half of a back and I started talking. Sorry.
no, that's it. That's it.
Oh,
I just
okay.
started eating and gained half of it, a little bit more than half of it back.
And I
And
have one cousin that's so foo foo, foo foo, foo foo, foo foo. He sent me pictures. This dude was baking. Like, I mean, like, I have never seen somebody bake before. Cookies, cakes, pastries. And he
bread.
just sent me. And my husband's looking at me going, how come you're not doing that? And I'm like, well, I guess I could. He goes, well, we can't buy it because nobody has it. I mean, I thought I'd never have to fight for a frozen fucking pizza before in my life, but damn. I'm like, if people go, I'll shank you for that fucking pizza. Don't try me. You know. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy what the stores had and didn't have. It was just insane. And but so yeah, I did. I did the same thing. I'm like baking bread and doing all kinds of stuff, and he still expects
My
that.
bread,
I'm
that
like,
bread
no.
machine of mine just was working overtime. And
Yeah.
everybody was panicking over fucking toilet paper, and I kept thinking, guys, you know, that's not the worst thing that ever could happen to society if you run out of toilet paper. You still
Well,
have a watering system.
well, true. And the
Wash
funny
your
thing too
ass.
was, no, if you're insane like me, and now I'm a hoarder of like cosmetics and bath and body products. Yes, I admit it, but they're stored neatly. One tried to freak out and say that I've since my office flooded that I lost a bunch of stuff. No, hun, I only had a couple trays of candles that were in the office at the time. Most of my shit's upstairs in its own little room. So yeah, and that's where all my stuff. Now I have like stuff is overspilled into the guest bedroom, but hey, it's all neatly stored in there. The guests can still use the bed and do whatever they need to do and walk around the room, and it's all good. But,
Were you being shamed for being a hoarder? A neat
well,
hoarder?
eh, I already stocked up on that. Toilet paper, at one time, I was in competition. So, hey, we made sure we belong to Sam's and Costco and all those places. You don't go without stuff.
It's true.
Now, it almost
But
caught me off the guard.
my point was you adjust to
Well,
shortages.
of course. I mean, yes.
You get over yourself, get some rags, get some bleach in the pail of water, and you're near a washing machine.
Well, exactly.
Life is, it's
And if,
so
if need be, you hop in the shower, you know? Heck,
exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
like you said,
And
there's worse things.
there is absolutely worse things. There's even channels on YouTube dedicated to how to use the
Clean up.
potty when you have no water or electricity, and or there's you know a war, whatever,
Right.
just check it out. Like this one guy that had me really fascinated was, he put a black garbage bag, or just a garbage bag, surrounding the toilet seat, and he dumped cat litter in there, and then he took a dump. Not, but he says when you're doing your business, and then you just scoop some on top, and you take it out and you dispose of it.
Great.
But it keeps the odor down, and but that's what you got to do. Maybe
Right. They
it's
make
because
you
I
feel
grew up
pretty.
with parents that lived through the depression, that my dad and my mother were always teaching me how to survive with nothing, you know
Right.
because anybody that had depression era parents, you got lessons. Well, at least mine did. So I refuse to panic over shit like that. You move on.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's other, like my husband was like, there's other brands of pizza, Kate. I'm like, yes, I
Well,
guess
there you
so.
go.
True. That's
Problem
true.
solved.
Oh no. He said, and if we need be, we can always call the pizza place and have them bring us one. Like, that's true too. So it was funny. And that's so funny. Truth.
And
I did the
even
same thing.
Latini was shitting in a bag
Oh, I
when she
know
was
that.
in her car. I mean, you just do what you got to do.
I guess. Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that.
I know, but she also added that she hadn't wiped her ass. I'm going, okay, all right.
Oh God, yeah, that's kind of frightening, isn't it? Um, Makes you wonder. But yeah, the first one I ever had, truth, I did too. I woke up when they were doing mine too. And I woke up and they have because the room is really dark and stuff, and you just see a screen. And I just went, is that my colon? And the doctor's like, yes. And I said, oh wow, that's really cool. And he goes, okay, night night. And the nurse was there going, good night, go back to sleep. Oh no. But
That's
he
fun.
said that was so funny. He goes, that was so profound. He says, is that my colon? I'm like, it's a pretty good bet, yes. Oh no.
Oh, anybody else we need to gossip about?
I don't know. I think we've done pretty good.
I think we did too. So let's just end this on a good note. I know that Owl is on now, and
That Citrus
few
is getting
other,
ready to come on as well too.
yeah.
So we'll
So
definitely catch Citrus. So
I
if
think so. I
one of the
think
mods would throw Citrus's link in here one more time, just so I think that's where everybody's going to be. So
yeah.
awesome. And Owl too. I'm glad to see Owl back actually.
Yes, me too. I always appreciated her really concise Latity content, and I think
Absolutely.
Ardrazi is back, or however you say her name.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I know
so
it's a
yeah.
spin the wheel. There's a few. Oh my.
There's, and my stomach is growling because it's 1 o'clock my time and I'm hungry. So
Yes, I know I haven't eaten either. So it's 3 o'clock my time. So I'm getting definitely hungry. So
okay,
take
guys.
care. Yep.
Thank
Good
you so
always
much
talking
for
to
listening to
everybody.
chats, Lynn and Truthmonger. And we will see you again soon.
Yes, you will. Barb, I'm watching. Don't forget. Wolf too. Wide watching.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for coming and visiting with us, and we will see you soon.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
And